What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to a different perspective. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. So y'all, I literally just got back in the house. I was in New York. I just walked in the door probably about 20 minutes ago and already getting back to work, because that's how I do it. That is how I do it. My ears are still a little stopped up from the plane, you know the pressure, how it do to you. So I can barely hear out of this ear right now. But y'all, I was up there for a reason. I did a collab with a company. I will be sharing that with you all in the format of a vlog right here on this channel. I had to take 2 trips up there, vlog both times, but I'm back. That content will be coming soon. Fellas, this is going to be a big one for a lot of you all. I know y'all gonna get something out of this, because I'm gonna be sharing something with you all that I did that a lot of people may not know of. I'm sure a lot of people don't know of. I had recently found out about it, but it's a game changer. I promise you that. So be on the lookout. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But anyway, we got a video here today. Spiritual World, every now and then, they'll put these posts out on Twitter where they will ask people. They'll put it on Instagram as well, where they will ask men this question, because they've asked them before, which is men sharing why they don't open up to women or explain how they feel to them. And this post right here, this is the second time I've seen them do this. But people were sharing it with me and they were asking me to talk about it. Shout out to Spiritual World. I will have them linked down in the description box below so you can go check them out. But yeah, so guys were on Twitter and they were just basically running off why it is that they struggle opening up to women or just refuse to do it altogether. And this is something that I struggled with for the longest. And I will share a little bit of my story and why that is shortly. So let's go ahead and get into this. I haven't read any of these, and there's quite a few of them. It's quite a few. Look like this first one starts off with, says, why do men shut their partners out when they're going through tough times? It's unfair. This woman can't even look like, before you send the post, and I'm bad at this too, make sure you dang on typed it in correctly. And the guy responds, he says, because at some point you'll use it against him. Whether it's intentional or not, because women, you don't know certain things can't be said, and when said can't be taken. A simple sorry just won't cut it. Yeah, see, and that's one of the issues too that I had. I remember I was talking to this girl probably when I was like 26. I'm about to be 34 at the end of the month. I was talking to this girl, and I got to a place with her where I was like, you know what, I don't think dating is gonna really work out. Let's just be friends. And we were friends for a while until we were no more. And I was telling her that I had a crippling fear of opening up and expressing myself to women, because I was so afraid, just like he said, so afraid that a female will use that information against me. Doing some of the research that I have done over the years when it comes to psychology and how we as people operate, one thing that I found was very fascinating, and this is something that we just automatically know, is that, you know, men can be physical when they're trying to cause harm to someone, but women, they can be really good at verbally tearing someone down. Women will go that far. They will go that mile at developing their verbal altercations with someone before they take it to the physical level, right? That's why you see the bullying that you see online happens a lot with girls, because females, they can tear somebody up and destroy them just with their mouth. Hell, my mother was phenomenal at it. I was terrified of my mother, not by what she would do to me, but by what she would say to me. So that's part of the reason why young men everywhere don't want to open up to women, because they know that women can potentially use that against them. Not to say that it's right, but why not? Why not use it against them? I've had it happen to me, and I've seen it done multiple times. Ladies, also understand that once that has happened to a guy, it doesn't matter that you won't do it to him, because it's been done to him before and he know how bad it made him feel. Oh, he ain't gonna want to allow it to happen again. He will not put himself in a position to where it can potentially happen again. He could tell you something 5 years later, you will use it against him in his heart. This right here, the answer to this question is the tweet itself, and she doesn't even have the self-awareness to realize it. First paragraph, the man has the problem. He's going through tough times. Second line, she made it about herself. It's unfair to you, right? And that's why men don't. and made it about herself. Just like he said here in regards to what this female did. Let's go back to it. Why do men shut their partners out? To say that it's unfair would say that you're making it about you when it's the man that's going through the tough time. I was talking to a female recently that I was trying to get to know, and I was telling her why I felt it was so important for there to be communication, right? And I could tell she had a little pullback when I said that, and she had to explain. Mind you, she's a bit older than me. She had to explain. She was like, everything doesn't have to be communicated. Obviously, issues within the relationship, yeah, but there's some stuff that you might be going through on your own that you might not want to talk to the other person about. And that's okay, as long as it doesn't affect the relationship. You know, and I had to think about that, process that. And I would have to agree. I would have to agree with that. Not everything has to be shared. Not everything. Because there is a such thing as too much talking. You could talk yourself out of the relationship by sharing too much information. All right. This guy right here says, because y'all don't tend to understand most of the time and just make it seem about you. That's correct. That is correct. Some females do that. Because I need space to myself doesn't mean I don't love a lady or don't have affection. That's correct. Sometimes that moment of solitude is just needed to garner enough inspiration or get ideas for stuff. Oh man. Abdul, you absolutely nailed it. This is my favorite one, my favorite response that I've seen so far. He absolutely nailed it with this one. That last paragraph. Sometimes that moment of solitude is needed to garner enough inspiration or get ideas for stuff. Yes, if you're around and underneath somebody all the time, it's hard to think for yourself. Says, I agree that it's not an ideal or healthy pattern. However, the fact that this thought ends with this unfamiliar means you feel that it's he's doing to you. But it's not about you. Women need to separate themselves from the situation if you're going to be helpful at all. You know, a lot of women have admitted to thinking and feeling as though they're the issue or they're the problem when there's something that's going on in their man's life or in their man's world or in their man's head. But that's not always the case. And this goes vice versa as well, fellas. It's not always on us, and we're not always the reason why there's certain things that's going on with these females, right? And the best example of that is when you're trying to cold approach a female out in public. Like I said, I just got back from New York yesterday, right? And I was trying to spit game at this chick who was a little bit taller than me, right? And I'm not short. She had to be 6 feet tall. I was trying to spit game at this chick. And in my younger years, I would think that there was something wrong with me as to why, you know, she wouldn't accept me. Sometimes you got to realize that, hell, who knows what this woman might have going on in her world. As she's sitting here waiting for her drink from this place, she might be thinking in her head all type of messed up stuff. And for me to have come in and disrupt that in that second might have just, you know, just made her feel a little bit more, you know, standoffish. So this guy here says, the issue isn't men shutting out their partner. The issue is, if I tell you what I'm going through, what would you do to help? Just another, oh, sorry, babe, and a small hug? Psh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Some issues can't be resolved by the partner knowing about it. Like any issue that I have right now with myself, stuff that I wouldn't want to share with the woman, if I tell her, there's not a single thing that she can do to help me. It's all stuff that I have to deal with and work on myself. It wouldn't benefit you or me if I told you about it. Just let it be. All right. Because the second I share my deepest fears with you is the second that the mental image you have of me, one of surety, I think that's how you say that word, poise and strength, takes a hit. That is correct. Then my weakness can be aired into a future disagreement or even used as a cudgel to shock me into submission. Exactly. This right here really does pretty much sum up why a lot of men are afraid to share some of the things that bother them in their life with women. this right here, that emotional thing, that thing that bothers them, may make the woman view them as less than or weaker, and then that thing can also be used against them in the future. This right here has me thinking of like the trauma that I had over why it's hard for me to share and open up to women, because my own mother did it to me. If I were to open up to my mother about anything, things that was going on in my life, my personal, she would tell me that I was soft. She would tell me that I was weak. She would tell me that I was emotional. She was like, boy, how you let that bother you? You weak if something like that bothers you. This is my own mother doing this to me. So it made me feel like I couldn't open up and share about my feelings and emotions. And that really took a very, very bad toll on me, to the point where I slipped into a deep depression, suicidal, all that type of stuff, because I felt like I couldn't express myself. And she was all I had, so who else was I gonna talk to, right? All right, on to the next one. This guy right here says, before you know it, you become social media content when the relationship is over. Meaning like, oh, when the relationship is done, she's gonna run to the internet and air out your personal information. She says, I want what? Hold on, what? Okay, I guess he says, wait, hold on, is this a guy, right? I'm confused. I once dated this guy. They reduced his salary at work. That man didn't stop complaining, and I knew I deserved better. Once she is done with you, your struggles become content. Don't do it. Wow. You know what? I never thought of it like that, but when I think of some of the females that I know that has gone through relationships and been broken up with, this and the fourth, a lot of times they do, boom, run to social media, run to Instagram, and start sharing all this stuff about the guy that they dated. Ooh, fellas, watch it, watch it, watch it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is as good of an idea as you may think it is to open up and share some of your thoughts, feelings, and deepest emotions. It might not be. It might not be. You might lose your masculine frame along with some dignity. I hate to say that though. It shouldn't even be that way. But it only takes us being hurt that way once for us to not want to do it again. And then if we foolish enough to do it again and it happens to us again, oh hell no, we definitely not about to do that shit a third time. You kidding me? Men open up at the initial stages of the relationships. They get shot down. And she turns the conversation about her. Women vent while men talk to find solutions to a problem. Yes. This is something that I pay a whole lot of attention to when I have arguments, especially with women. I'm always trying to resolve something. One of the experiences that I have with the majority of women is that once they're upset with you, it's not about resolving the issue with you. It's about being right. It's about winning that argument. I'm like, man, let's come to an agreement here. But they rather not. When a woman responds to his expressed issues as venting, he'll never open up to you again. That's right. This is a broad generalization because it's highly dependent on the woman's critical thinking and objectivity. Men will generally open up when there's a security of knowledgeable feedback and contribution instead of rejection and humiliation. That's correct. There's supportive women helping out there too. I have come across a couple of women that fit this. Coming into the new year, I had a female friend that her and I had developed this solid relationship, right? This friendship. And there was a little sexual tension there too, right? And we would kind of just open up to each other about a lot. Since I wasn't wanting her, I wasn't desiring her, I didn't mind opening up and sharing, you know, some of my deepest thoughts and emotions and feelings. I didn't mind it at all. Now, fast forward to today. Fast forward to today. Her and I are no longer as close as we once were. Why? It's because we shared too much. We shared too much too fast. That now just the thought of sharing with one another makes us feel sick, basically. I'm with these guys. I'm not the biggest advocate of sharing information, personal information, with women, especially stuff that could potentially be used against you, right? But yeah, that's it, y'all. That was the last post. I want y'all to leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. Real quick, I gotta say it, and I meant to say it at the beginning of this video. I'm gonna say it in the next one too. Y'all, the community that we're building over here, when I go down to the comment sections and read some of the comments you guys are leaving, not only are y'all sharing stories, but y'all are sharing knowledge. I'm learning from you all, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. We got something special going on here, I tell y'all that. But anyway, y'all know what time it is. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, you can follow your boy on the gram and Twitter at Artofkickz Spiritual World. Make sure you check them out on Instagram. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. See ya.